Hello and welcome to Informatica support videos. This is Asmita from Informatica JCS, and in this video we will see how to find unused objects in PowerCenter Repository. The agenda of this video is to see when do we need to find the unused objects, how to find the unused objects. When do we need to find the unused objects? Anything which we create in our repository is referred to as an object. It can be a source, a target, a mapping, a session, a workflow, a worklet, etc. All these are referred to as objects. There are times when a developer or a user creates an object and do not use them. This may result in a lot of objects which are not used anymore. So in that scenarios, you may need to find and delete the unused objects. So how do we find the objects which are unused? We need to write a repository query to see what are the unused objects present in the repository. We can do this only in the repository manager. Let's go ahead and see the demo of the same. As I told, we can create a query in Repository Manager. So I have logged into my Repository Manager. I'll go to Tools and go to Queries, and then we'll create a new query. Depending upon the use case, we can select different parameters. Since I have already created a query, I'll go ahead and show you the same. So here I have used three parameters which are mandatory to find the unused objects. The first one is the object unused status, and I have set it to unused. The second one is the reusable status, and I have selected non-reusable and reusable. In case if you want to find only for the reusable or only for the non-reusable, you can select any one of them. And then I have selected the folder which is set to one particular folder. You can just go ahead and modify it in case if you want to find out for more than one folders. You can select is one off, and then you can select any of them, and then you can just run this query. So first of all, I'm just selecting one particular folder. So let me just run this query now. Once I run this query, I see that there are two objects being listed which are not used in any of the mapping or any of the session, any workflow or any worklet, anything. So we see that the object type is defined as source definition and target definition, which is there in the designer. So we have confirmed by this that this particular source and this particular target has not been used in any of the sessions or in any of the mappings in the designer. So let me run this by selecting other folders as well. So once I run this, I see that various other objects have been listed where there is a one session, and again there are two target objects, and there are some configuration settings. So if you want to get more details, we can just double click on that. We can see what is the version, what is the last updated one, and the user name, and we can get the labels and object status, whether it is active or not. So you can get all these details, and if it is a session, that means it will be there in the workflow manager only. So you can go and see that see that this session is not used in any of the workflow. So with this we finish our demo session. You can go ahead and run this query and see if you are able to find out the unused objects. You can refer to our knowledge base article and command reference guide. We would love to hear from you. You can write to us on supportvideos@informatica.com or tweet us on InfoSupport. Thank you so much for your time.